And also, I do not understand why. Why do we get together and break up? Of course, uh, any random person watching this video will say, what the fuck? I mean, that's normal, is it? Like, we do that for how long? How long do we do that thing? We find someone, we think we're in love with this person, and then everything is fine. We go to a dinner or whatever, or to a movie, or on a vacation, on a holiday. We get together, get to know each other, and then the relationship starts. And then maybe you're gonna try and live together, and then the problems start, and then everything is going wild, and things are not as they used to be. And then all of a sudden, no, this is not the person I know, this is not the person I want, and I want to break up with you. How long do we do this interaction with each other, this relationship kind of cliche standard story? How long? For fucking ages. Like, I believe that this happened with the first people. I don't know if whatever the kind of story you prefer. Was it the God made them? Was it they evolved from something very stupid as a bacteria, and then the bacteria tried too hard and developed into a more complicated organism, and then this complicated organism went to college and got doctors, PhD and diplomas and whatever, and then the aliens came and taught him really secret kind of shit, and it evolved into a human. Whatever you prefer, I do not want to speak about that right now, but I think from the very beginning we started with this interaction. Oh, even the prehistoric people, those with the skin from a buffalo, which was probably really kind of cool thing to wear back then, and the guy was really, was with huge muscles and as low intelligence as possible, because it was beginning of time, people. That was really challenged to have an IQ of let's say 2, which is breathe in, breathe out. That's IQ of 2, level of IQ 2. Just breathe and watch and be amazed of every single thing you see. Oh, a stone. Of course, he or she couldn't. I mean, she could speak back then, but he couldn't. He had an IQ of 2, and he could be just amazed and just express the amusement only with the one word he took with himself when he got birth, and that was and that was whole day, like wow. Everything was wow. No iPads, no mobile phones, latest generation of iPhones or PlayStation or roller coaster or whatever. I mean, no cocaine, no nothing, just stones and maybe mushrooms. Well, I don't know. And he was amazed, and then all of a sudden it was a beautiful sunny day, and he was watching the stones, and he got amazed by the stones and the river and the sound of the fucking birds. And then she appeared. Oh, and it was some kind of Gregorian music in the background, which is, I cannot explain why, but probably God made some intervention, or it was those freaky aliens that taught them secret shit before, but that was before, that doesn't matter. So he saw this girl, and she prehistoric, let's be real, she was not that beautiful, but we cannot say that because it's a woman. It was always beautiful, and it was more intelligent. She was intelligent, IQ 3. And that was back then enough, and almost twice more as the man, as the prehistoric man. And she stood there, and she was a dominant creature, and he went wild. He went like, and she liked the attention, and she said, because that's IQ 3, she can process. Well, this, so he likes me, then maybe I better stay with him, because a dinosaur might eat me while I'm alone. And this creature, he maybe is not able to say I love you, or recite a poetry, or whatever, or bring me some nice flowers. Maybe he's not able to he cannot do that, but he's huge and massive and really like an orangutan, and he can help me and take care for me, and I will be safe. That she processed that, and she said, huh? And he said, and they went together, and then after a while they found a cave together, and then they decided to make some fire, make it a little bit cozy, and she made some food, because she had an IQ of 3, not because she was a woman and she should have stayed there and cook and clean the cave and do all the girly stuff. No, because she had an IQ, and she could have bigger IQ than him, and she could have see the things around, and she was aware a little bit more than him, and she could have told him, go there, hunt something, because otherwise, if you do not hunt, we shall die, you stupid moron. And she just say it with a single look, because of the IQ of 3. She would just and even he could have understand what she meant with an IQ of, she was with an IQ of 3, and he was with an IQ of 2, and he went because he knew if he doesn't do what she says, they will break up. And then she decided to make the place even better, to make it, even cozier, and she decided to express her feelings. Even back then, she had feelings. She wanted to express them and to be understood and to share with the society, which was basically made of them two people were the society. And she felt suddenly oppressed that half of the society, or him, does not understand what feelings are. And that was not because he wanted to oppress her, but because he had a fucking IQ of 2 and he could not do anything about it. He was trying go hunting, but you do not get more intelligent all of a sudden when you kill a deer. You just feel strange. It's not like you kill the deer and all of a sudden you start to recite Shakespeare. Oh, to be or not to be, that is the question now. No, that's not possible. It took ages for him to develop, and days for her to develop. and then she decided she wanted to paint on the walls, because there was no canvas. there was no store to buy canvas, and that was because no one appreciated art back then, and there was no market for art, and there was no one interested to open a store where you could buy some decent colors and some decent canvas and brushes and express yourself in a real artistic manner. So she decided she would paint, use whatever the colors were around the house, the cave, and she decided she would paint and express some motifs of her daily life. And he got bored because he had IQ of 2, as I said, and he understood shit of that. He didn't understand anything. He was just sharpening his spear and went hunting, eating, and that was basically it. And it got bored, you know. One day she just stood like this in the cave and said, eh, eh. And he went, which was what he was trying to say was, hey, what's wrong? Is it something wrong? That's what he meant. He went, oh! And she went, which meant, she meant to say there are a lot of things and there is no way we can communicate, and I feel so oppressed. I feel alone in this cold cave. I feel that you do not give me any attention. It's not like the beginning. In the beginning, I felt so, how to say, I felt secure. Now I do not even feel, I don't even feel even that anymore. So, I don't know. Maybe we should change something. And so, what do you mean we should change something, baby? I mean, that's not what he meant. But later, people discovered that kind of single reaction back then could mean something like that. And she went, nah, I don't even want to explain anymore, man. I draw everything. If you want, you can see, and you can analyze how I feel about you. And I just want to say I'm leaving. And he went. He didn't knew back then what happened. So that was like maybe like 2 million years ago. I don't know when. I don't know the origin of this story because I invented it. It's not a real story, but it's a cute one, I believe. And it was back then. So 2 million years of trial error. And we changed nothing. Basically, it's the same thing, only the IQ levels are perhaps, I hope, slightly bigger. In the same proportion, I would say, usually, but, slightly bigger IQ than this caveman and this cave woman. So, why do we still have to do this? Go into a relationship and then stay for a while and think about, I don't know, man. I don't know. Maybe I should change the things a little bit. Maybe I should mix up this, Maybe I should, I don't know, find another one. And yeah, that's right. That's right, genius. Find another one. And then explain me, what do you expect that it will happen? What will happen according to you and your IQ of a genius? For more than 2 million years, people have tried, people with different intellectual, emotional capacities were trying to find a way to solve this this problem, this dilemma, and no one ever found a solution to this shit. And you think that changing the partner, changing the one that you are with, will change the things. Nope, it won't. It will last, let's say, a month, this honeymoon period, and then no, we're back in the game, baby. Let's kill ourselves. I mean, of course, if you have a partner that is a slightly psycho and aggressive and abusive, and I don't know what kind of negative shit does he do, of course, fuck him. I don't suggest that you should stay in the relationship. I'm just speaking about this interesting thing that we do with each other for 2 million years, and no one sat like this and thought about it and said, what the fuck are we doing here on this planet?